Have you ever wondered if your ex regrets leaving you? If they secretly wish they could undo everything and have you back? Breakups are never as clean as they seem. Sometimes, the person who walked away starts feeling the emptiness, but their pride won't let them say it outright. If you notice these 6 signs, then trust me, your ex is desperate to have you back, even if they won't admit it. But before we begin, if you're serious about understanding relationships and human psychology, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video, because what you're about to hear might just change your love life forever. And make sure to watch till the end, because you don't want to miss the biggest sign of them all. Now let's begin. 1. They randomly text you, but it's pointless. Every time it begins in the same manner. A casual, "Hey," or "I was just thinking about you." Plus, your heart performs an idiotic thing. It skips a beat the second their name appears on your phone. Despite your knowledge of its nature, something within you still longs to believe. Despite the memories of the nights you sobbed, the unreturned texts, and the way they left you hanging as if you were insignificant. Thus you respond. What follows then? Under no circumstances. They just don't mention how much they miss you. No one ever says sorry. There is no genuine purpose for texting given by them. Completely meaningless small chat. How have you been? I saw something today that reminded me of you. Do you still go to that cafe we used to love? But you know it in your bones. Their statements were hollow and meaningless. They don't care enough to text. You can tell they're missing you since they're messaging you. They were about to go on when they realized something wasn't right. Compared to their expectations, they aren't really satisfied. They aren't at liberty. This is their way of assessing whether you're still responsive, caring, and emotionally available. They're just testing the waters. The fact, though, is that no one would send such a feeble, pointless SMS if they genuinely desired your return. To them, it would be obvious. For you, they would fight. Is this the type of person you would like to have back in your life? Someone who is only social when they are feeling uncertain or lonely? That person who abandoned you when it was convenient and is now eager to have you on speed dial? Be skeptical. You would never be left wondering if their love was genuine. 2. They suddenly start watching your stories. You have progressed, rejoicing in life, making every effort to recover. Eventually, you upload something, even if it's simply a snapshot of your morning coffee, the music you're currently enjoying, or an arbitrary sunset. Well, look at them. Your ex, the one who abandoned you without providing any details, the one who pretended not to notice. All of a sudden, they're observing your every post. It goes unnoticed at first. The problem is it persists. How about a story? They're the ones that notice it first. You put an image online? Hiding in plain sight. Is that a quote you're sharing about sadness? Someone responds to it. Think about it for a second. Are they missing me? But hear me out. They wouldn't be engaging in social media stalking if they truly want your return. You'd find them pleading for a second opportunity. If you want to be connected without actually doing anything, a coward will watch your stories. They are curious as to whether they remain in your thoughts. Their goal is to gauge your emotional state, whether you're upset, happy, or have moved on. What if they're unintentionally responding to postings from months ago or like outdated pictures? There's a purpose to it. Exhaustion sets in. But consider, what is the significance of this? Someone who abandoned you shouldn't be able to linger on your screen in any way. Doing more than merely watching would be a sign of genuine concern. You should thus deny them that gratification. Seize the day. Make your own post. What if they are observing? Permit them, because proving to them that they are no longer necessary is the surest way to get payback. 3. They ask about you through mutual friends. Have you ever been a victim of this? Putting the pieces of your life back together following the split. You're going about your own business. You've given up waiting for that one text that never came and checking your phone every 5 minutes. At long last, you're beginning to recover. Then seemingly out of nowhere, your companion remarks, "Hey, guess who was asking about you?" Your ex. You are unsure of your emotions at first. A fleeting grin may cross your face as you wonder, oh, so they do care? Reality, though, sets in. They should be approaching you directly if they genuinely care. Instead of being brave and speaking what's on their minds, why are they skulking around trying to get information? However, the truth is unfolding as follows. The agonizing question that your ex-lover keeps asking herself is, did I make a mistake? Leaving you seemed like a simple task to them, that they would find happiness elsewhere. find a new partner, and eventually move on. But then again, something doesn't seem right. The question, "Are they still thinking about me?" begins to nag at them. Have they moved on? Are they dating someone new? Furthermore, they attempt to avoid bringing their egos into question by utilizing shared friends as a crutch, rather than approaching you maturely. Simply put, if their goal was to resolve the issue, they would have been in touch with you, not your pals. You shouldn't give it too much thought the next time you find out that your ex has been inquiring about you. However, it is not an indication of love. They may not feel remorse for every action. It just indicates that they are afraid, fearful of losing something priceless, afraid of seeing you happy apart from them, or afraid to accept that you were their greatest asset. Is it worth it to be with someone who finds your value only when you're gone? On the other hand, are you deserving of someone who always knew how valuable you were? Because true love lasts forever. 4. They bring up old happy memories. Is it common for an ex to send you a message out of the blue saying, "Remember that time we stayed up all night just talking? I heard that song we used to love and it made me think of you. Do you still go to that place where we had our first date?" When it first happens, it stabs you in the chest. A brief respite from the pain of loss. Let go of the memories of the nights you sobbed and the disregard they showed you. In its place, you're overcome with a sense of longing for what was, and they desire it to the letter. Because of the strength of one's memory. Plus, your ex is well aware that bringing up the happy memories could make you long for those days again. But you have to wonder, why are they just now bringing this up when they weren't responding to your texts? Where was all this enthusiasm? They were ignoring you and going away from you, without showing any signs of nostalgia. Your ex is coming to terms with the fact that no one else can compare to you in terms of making them feel loved. Furthermore, rather of expressing regret or acknowledging their error, by bringing up past feelings, they are attempting to entice you back. For the simple reason that you might be able to entice them back if you allow yourself to daydream about the good times you had with them. However, the unfortunate truth is, those memories would still be with them now if they hadn't departed. Because true love isn't defined by the good times alone, but by continuing to choose each other through thick and thin. In light of this, consider the following. The next time your ex makes an effort to bring up the past, why are they looking back when they were the one who walked away? But keep in mind that nostalgia can be a trap. Be skeptical. 5. They get jealous even after the breakup. Somehow your ex starts acting strange the moment you share a photo of yourself with a new acquaintance, whether it a casual buddy or even a coworker. You can sense that even if they don't express it directly. Maybe they'll start making fun of you and say things like, "Oh, I see you've moved on fast. Wow, didn't take you long to replace me, huh?" Or even worse, they pretend not to care. But you later discover they've been gossiping about that person all along. Don't you think it's funny? It was them who got up and left. They were the ones that made you feel inadequate. Those people pretended they'd be completely content apart from you. At the first sign that you're considering moving on, though, their concern intensifies. Listen up. Jealousy is not the same thing as love. Their departure betrays their lack of affection for you. They would have paid attention to your suffering. You wouldn't have been considered a viable alternative by them. Now they're behaving envious, but why? They believed you would be there for them no matter what. They reasoned that if things didn't pan out, they could just go and look for something else, and you'd still be stuck waiting. The one thing they didn't anticipate, though, is that you're starting to get better. You're no longer upset about them. Those texts won't occupy your time. Putting everything on wait in the hopes that they'll return is not what you're doing. They are terrified of that. They can't keep you under their thumb if they catch wind that you're going on. And let's be real, a person who genuinely cared for you wouldn't wait till you were content on your own before they saw your value. If your ex-lover gets envious, what then? Consider it an endorsement. As a result, you are liberating yourself at last. It signifies that they are conscious of the things they have lost, which is to say, you were the winner the whole time, but you shouldn't believe it. For the simple reason that genuine affection never stems from envy. Love that is genuine doesn't care if you hurt so they can feel loved. If your ex-lover starts to care about your current relationship or starts to be spiteful, all you have to do is smile, just because they were given an opportunity. Then what? By now it's done. 6. They pretend they're over you, but they're not. I don't even care anymore. I'm so much happier without you. I've moved on. These are the words that they repeat repeatedly. Friends of theirs are guaranteed to hear it. They brag about how wonderful life is now, how much better it is for them apart from you. However, one would wonder why they are exerting such effort to demonstrate their lack of concern if that is indeed the case. Why? Because those who have really moved on from a relationship avoid discussing their past relationships, no matter what. They never act as if they need to prove themselves. Their social media activity is not monitored. Their criticism is blunt and unsubtle. But when pain and unease remain unspoken, people will go to great lengths to make themselves and others believe they don't care. Put it in your mind, how invested would you be in dwelling on a person if you were genuinely infatuated with them? Considering them? Getting the word out that you're happier now? No. You would be going about your day-to-day existence, unconcerned with their actions. In contrast, your ex-partner? In fact, they're backwards. Their effort is excessive. They are making an excessive fuss over it. To top it all off, you're aware of the reality. The pain is still there. Still, they want to know whether you're considering them. Your decision to let them leave is still a mystery to them. Maybe, just maybe, they're still holding out hope that you'll return. The truth, though, is, why do people continue to be so invested in your actions? If they're happier apart from you, who or what is keeping tabs on your life from a distance? What gives them the will to keep pressing you for an emotional response? They still haven't moved on from you. They aren't deserving of a second opportunity, though. Real love, that's why. Love that is genuine doesn't need to seem uncaring. Love is serious and unflinching. True love doesn't abandon you and pretend it never happened. Let your ex act indifferent if that's what it takes. The reason being that what's best for you is, get over it already. Then what happens when they come to terms with the fact that they've actually lost you somehow? More so than any breakup, it will hurt them badly. Conclusion. Alright then, is your ex exhibiting any of these symptoms? If so, you are fully apprised of the situation. The main issue, though, is whether or not you will allow them back in. Alternately, would you keep looking until you discover someone who appreciates you for who you are? Post a comment telling me what you think. We have a ton more relationship advice heading your way. So if you liked this video and found it useful, subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.